Spec home, semi-custom, or full custom build. I'll tell you which ones you should run from and which ones you should buy. And it's not the ones you think. So spec homes are built by developers and they're built to sell. It's important to remember this when you're walking through the home because everything on the surface looks nice and new, and let's face it, we like new things. It's like buying clothes from a fashion show. They're optimized for that day, that evening, maybe in home's case, that year, that decade, but beyond that, not really that much more. You wouldn't wear this to work every week, would you? I think that look was blue steel. So what's the catch? Well, the catch is that because they're built to sell, some developers will heavily invest in materials that will appear on a real estate listing. They may choose hardwood floors or granite countertops, things that will be included in the realtor's listing. But the things that don't see, those will be built to minimum building code standards, and that's it, no more. Generally, developers are trying to maximize their profit on the build, so they'll choose the cheapest trade pricing and the cheapest materials that are available. They'll choose the lowest insulation value for the wall. They'll choose the cheapest roofing material. They'll choose the electrician that will offer them the fewest amount of receptacles and light fixtures for the cheapest price. And the danger in these homes is that they generally aren't built to last. The materials and the mechanical systems that they use are built to fail much, much sooner compared with a custom home where the owner is invested in the longevity of the build. So after 10 to 15 years, it wouldn't be uncommon to start seeing systems and components of the building fail. And that's generally pretty concerning. I'm Aaron from Albatross Academy. I'd like to ask you to subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and it makes sure that you don't miss videos like this coming up in the future. If you want to go to visit me at albatrossacademy.ca/courses, there's lots of resources there for homeowners just like you that are planning a renovation or planning a new build so that you can go into that process with your eyes wide open. So a semi-custom home is a home that's still built by the developer, but they've got options for the client to customize aspects of the home. The client usually buys into the project sometime before it's complete and has some agency in choosing the finishes. The benefits are that the clients feel like they have some customization and they have some buy-in in the home, but they don't have to stress or go through the headache of building a fully customized home. It's kind of like your wife putting out 2 shirts for you to go out to dinner in. You feel like you have some choice, but you kind of don't also. It's really rare that developers will allow clients to change anything to do with the specific floor plan. It's mostly just interior finishes from a specific finished package. Now, there are certainly opportunities for developers to cut corners just like in a spec home, but the clients generally feel like there's a step up in quality because they're able to choose certain finishes and articulate their values and their style, their aesthetic a little bit more than, certainly more than a spec build. A fully custom home is fully designed for the clients based on their needs, their wants, their desires, and generally speaking, these homes are built to live in and not to sell. Because of this, the quality of the build tends to be higher. There's higher grade materials and the MEP, mechanical, electrical, plumbing components are generally of a higher quality. Buildings are often engineered for overall structure and longevity. And builders who build custom homes tend to be more focused on quality rather than production and speed. Because the occupants will likely live in the home for 10, 20, 30 years, they're likely going to invest more in the structure and the longevity of the home because they'll be the prime beneficiaries of it. One final thought on our comparison. Developers today are more likely to develop more smaller lots in a parcel of land than they would maybe 40 or 50 years ago. 40 or 50 years ago, we might see larger lots and fewer in a development. And also, developers today are looking to put, for spec homes, they're looking to put a larger house on a smaller lot. So what we see is bigger footprint on a smaller lot. And that's definitely something to consider. So which one would I prefer? Like my grandpa's favorite underpants, depends. Predictably, spec homes can be less costly than semi-custom or certainly custom homes. But spec products are made to make money, so developers are going to try to maximize their profit when they sell. So spec homes may not be as affordable as you think. It's important to look at spec homes and even semi-custom homes as products that are designed to make money. They're designed to make money when they're being sold. So the affordability argument for a spec home versus a custom home may not exactly be there. Anytime you're developing a product that's meant to be sold, the developers are certainly not giving up on their margins very easily. And custom homes are built by owners, so quality is also a consideration here. Generally speaking, I would look harder into custom homes just for the element of control. There are very few homes that I walk into that I think I wouldn't change anything about this. And so with a custom home, you get the full experience of designing and changing every nuance of your home that you potentially are going to live in for 10 or 20 or 30 years. By optimizing for spatial design in a custom home, you won't be paying for that extra square footage that spec homes often carry, these big, large blank spaces to try to get a broad appeal in their design. One piece of advice when you're looking into a spec home is to research the developer. Not all developers cut corners to make a quick buck. And so I would do a little bit of research into the developer that built your home and make sure that they're still around. Sometimes these less than desirable developers will rebrand. Sometimes the really less than desirable developers will get shut down and they will reopen under a totally new name. So you want to keep in mind as you're researching to look for things like that. So which one would I buy? I might get disqualified for my answer, but I would probably buy an older home and renovate it. I love older homes. Generally, they were built better. They're in more mature neighborhoods with more amenities by, and they're also on larger lots. Those are things that matter to me, but it's a personal decision. What would you do? If you enjoyed this video, check out this one too. It's about the top 5 things that homeowners regret when they're building their custom home. Thanks for watching.